Am I overdressed for this video? Yes. But hey, it's lockdown, I was bored, I needed a reason to dress up, and technically this is a highly requested video, so Hey guys, and welcome to a new possible series on my channel. So a couple of weeks back, I was so excited about my next 3 video ideas that I just couldn't choose which one to film first, and so I asked for help from you guys on my Instagram story. Which is actually private, so if you don't know me personally, I'm sorry, but lots and lots of you wanted to see this video, and I have opened my heart in this one because students gotta stick together. So if you want to know about my favorite apps, websites and Chrome extensions as a student, then please keep on watching. Starting with my favorites, but on the lower end of the spectrum, because I like to save the best for the last, because I'm just dramatic like that. We have Weava Tools. Now, Weava Tools is a Chrome extension that helps you to highlight and organize your research into folders which are color coded by your choice, of course. Alright, so as you can see, I have opened a completely random article on NCBI's website, and I have allowed Weava, which is the extension that lies right over here, to have access to this site manually. Now you can allow all websites to be accessed automatically. I just don't feel comfortable using that feature. So essentially you get a few different colors with the free version to highlight as you read things from a website which maybe you need to refer later for an assignment or something. These will be saved in the respective folders which you can access via the Weava dashboard that we will just see, and you can also take a note along with this. So if I click on this, I will get the Weava dashboard right over here. It's my research folder. I have a genophilic folder, which is an e-newsletter that I work for. So all of my important highlights and websites that I refer back to are saved over here. The best part, however, is when you accidentally close the tab. Come on, we've all done it. Obviously, all you need to do is press Ctrl plus Shift plus T to get back to it. However, you do lose your focus when that happens. What line were you on? What the hell were you reading? So if I allow Weava access to this site again, you will see that my highlight is not lost, so it can even act as a bookmark, to be honest. Let's discuss the cons now. So when I first started using Weava Tools, I really did not notice much issues with it. However, about a month or so after using it, I realized that you need an extremely good internet connection for the extension to work properly. Otherwise, it can just get a bit glitchy, like you don't see the highlighting option even though Weava has access to that particular website. Now, I may be able to rid myself of these issues if I buy the premium version, but I really do not love this extension that much because for now it is serving my purpose. I am on the lookout for better tools with a similar sort of effect though. Anyone else with a broken color theory where you just cannot come up with contrasting colors to use for the umpteenth number of posters and presentations that you've made, and you sit there for hours trying to decide the perfect shade to go with the background of your theme or the color scheme and so on? Well, I hope it's not just me, because then you can use the Adobe Color Wheel. I am currently on the Adobe Color Wheel website. If you search Adobe Color Wheel on Google, you'll be able to find it. Now, usually you have a vague idea as to what color you want your presentation to be or your background to be. I have chosen this particular shade of yellow, and I'm going to make this my base color by clicking right over here. And then all you need to do is play around on the website, look what colors go along with the color that you've chosen. My favorite is this complementary because I know that if I use this purple as my text color, it will look really good on this background. And I can obviously transfer these hex codes into PowerPoint or any other website for that matter directly. I really don't understand all of these terms, but it gives me a vague idea as to what shades I can use with my chosen color. You can also go on to the Explore page where they basically have pre-made color palettes for you to work with. I usually stay in this yellow orange zone. That's my favorite. You can also go on to this trends page, which I sometimes use, where they have shown trending color palettes from different industries. So you have fashion, graphic designing, illustration, architecture, and so on. This basically takes a little bit of load off me because I know that my colors will be chosen by Adobe and I don't have to sit and overthink that for hours. So, coming to the cons, not gonna lie, this does not work every single time because though the colors look good by themselves on the website, when I bring them on my presentation using the RGB codes, sometimes it just doesn't please my aesthetic. What I'm trying to say is that this is just a temporary fix and it is not going to magically correct your color theory. You'll have to play around a little more for that, get over the learning curve and actually understand the different shades in your head for that to happen. Maybe I should ask my artist friends for help. Next up, Google Docs. I know, RCV. We use Microsoft Word, we are comfortable with it, there are a lot of options to play with. Do not annoy us by telling us to move to Google Docs now. But listen, ever since the world went online, it has been so difficult to manage group projects because your partner is sitting miles away from you and you have to sit on a call for hours on end just to discuss the idea. Then your partner will write the rough script, send it to you for review. You're gonna make changes, send it back to them. It's essentially just a lot of mess. And here comes Google Docs because it allows you to live edit your documents and you can also chat with your partner while doing so. Okay, this took some time to figure out without an actual partner, but basically I have made a sample document and shared it with my mother by giving her editor access. So this pink cursor that you see is actually my mother's, and if she goes on to make changes to the sample document, for example, maybe she wants to change the font to Comic Sans. No, I don't like Comic Sans at all. Yeah, she can make changes, she can add things over here. Let's just say, hi, how are you? And I can also go over whatever she has done. Maybe I want to add a comment over here. Let's do that. Let's just say, look at this. To which my mother can essentially reply, and in this way, you can live edit the document with your partner. The only con I can think of right now is that Google Doc in itself is not strong enough to replace Microsoft Word for me, but that just might be a personal preference and you cannot use it offline. A quick shout out to my dearest roommate who very generously introduced me to this app. I love you, Pragya. You know that. Let's move on. This changed the game for me. I was using the age-old Adobe Reader, the free version of course, where you cannot really edit your PDFs, whether it's huge as books or just a simple research paper, except highlighting the lines. The interface that too is not good enough. You just have to change the color again and again. When the file saves itself, the document is saved, and now this has to replace the previous version. The interface is just not user friendly, and I know Adobe will tell me to pay it money to get rid of these issues, but I am not really going to pay that much for a PDF editor, Drawboard PDF, on the other hand, is free and it's just chef's kiss. Let me show you. Drawboard PDF is an application that can be downloaded from the Microsoft Store for free. Do you see this wheel of magic? That's what I like to call it. So many damn options, but we'll talk about that in a bit. First off, you can open different books in different tabs, which is so helpful when you're referring to different books at once. Let's go to QB Immunology today. Okay, not gonna lie, This app makes me want to read research papers just so I can aesthetically highlight it. So it does increase my productivity, but then I also spend hours sitting on one task, just color coding everything. And hey, I cannot stress enough on the importance of color coding. I've been doing that since grade 4th or 5th, I believe, but that's a talk for another day. Now you can see here from this wheel of magic, I have added my favorite tools on this dashboard sort of thing on the right hand side. So I have text, highlight in yellow, green. I can also underline the text if I want to. You also have options in that. Please focus on the wheel. So you have text underlining options. You can choose different colors. You can underline it in a different way. So you can underline it like in a squiggly sort of way if you want. There are a lot of options to work with. There are highlighters, there's a pen. Maybe you want to write something. Okay, this is a bit difficult to do with one hand because I'm holding my mic in the other. You can also select text, and if you want to copy it or reference it in some way, you can do that here as well. There are a lot of options. There is, I believe, a text insert option as well. So if you want to insert shapes, images, a note, a bookmark, so on and so forth. Let me show you some of the tools over here as well. You can sort your pages from here, add them, remove them, whatever you want to do. Save the file as well. Obviously, there is a word search option. There's a bookmark option. If you want to add this page as a bookmark, maybe you want to refer to it later. Let's just say video over here. You can add this right here. Very easy to do. And let me show you the saving process as well. All of these changes that I just made can be saved pretty fast. It's done. Now for the cons. There is a definite learning curve to this application. The interface is friendly, but it's very modern. It is intuitive, but you have to spend some time with it to get to know it. There are a few features that I do not like. For example, the word search feature, wherein the word searched comes highlighted in this really faint blue color, and even though I'm on the same page, I still cannot find the word, and I don't really want to go through the entire page just to find one word, if that makes sense. Secondly, there's an insert text feature, which again you have to gauge the size of the text box. Once you've made it, you cannot edit it like you can in PowerPoint and other applications, but again, this is something very minor, and these issues do not keep me away from the application in the slightest bit. I might as well buy the premium version one day. We have now reached my ultimate favorite website of all freaking time that only my close friends know about. Listen, I went back and forth whether or not to share this with you because I was hella proud of myself when I found this out last year. That too completely by myself without any help or recommendations. My fellow science students and audience are going to love this because Biorender allows you to make scientific diagrams, figures, illustrations with absolute ease, especially if you're not good at drawing or do not own a stylus and tab combo. This is going to be extremely useful for you. No, by the way, this video is ghanta sponsored by Biorender or any of those applications. I love Biorender with all my heart. I am already signed in, of course. Why is that a surprise? You can see over here I have made many assignments using Biorender in the past. I will put some of the diagrams on screen maybe just for you to admire, but let me show you how it works in action. So just to save time, I've already opened a blank canvas. So essentially the way this helps you is that you have pre-made icons, scientific icons available to work with. So this is a diagram, or I should say an icon for the bile duct. You can obviously change this. You can change individual cells in here. You have so many different icons available. I believe you also have laboratory equipment icons. So yeah, you can see over here it's a pipette. Now I think the laboratory equipment icons are available only when you upgrade to a plan of theirs. But even with the free version, there were lots and lots of different sort of icons that I could use. Just look at the extensive library that they have over here. And obviously, you can insert shape, text, all of that fun stuff. You can also make slides from this. So essentially, I can add a slide and make an entire presentation using this. Another one of my favorite features is this PDB database. So you can create not your own protein, but you can create a visual model for the protein. So basically, all you need to do is load the PDB ID. Now, non-science students might not know what I'm talking about, but there's a protein database ID where every protein has a unique number. Let me just go with one given over here. So this is the human hemoglobin protein, and as you can see, I can represent it in different ways. I can represent it as a ball and stick model. My god, really, I can just do this all day. I can change this maybe according to van der Waals forces, and then your protein looks different, and these are colored differently according to the subunits. You can also change the color style, so you can color them according to the different chains, that is the different subunits, hydrophobicity, temperature, molecules, elements, residues, and then you can save it as an icon and simply transfer this over here. So let's say you have a presentation on hemoglobin, and that's why you can show this and you can talk about the different subunits. I genuinely have no cons for this, except for maybe that you have to pay for it if you want to make more than 5 illustrations, which is the limit of the free account. I, however, think that the website is revolutionary and totally worth to be paid for. Last year, when I found out about this, I got my team members working on it as well. I was obviously using the free account at that point of time, so I saved it for like the most difficult and I want to make an impression on this teacher kind of assignments. However, a few months back, about 2-3 months back, I bit the bullet, and with the onset of my concurrent evaluation week, wherein we get bombarded with lots and lots of work, I took their student plan, which best suits my needs at this point of time. They do have 3 different plans, I believe. You can check it out on their website or even their YouTube page. That is also very helpful. With that, we come to the end of this video, you guys, and I have a few thoughts to share. We've all grown up in such hostile and competitive environments that sharing things like this is never easy. It was difficult. It was difficult for me as well. Even I thought for a moment that why am I being such an idiot by sharing all of this when no one does that for me, except for my close friends, of course. And so, I am part of the problem, and so are you. All I'm trying to say is that students and teachers both need to acknowledge that all students do not have the same resources, and hence we can be a little more kind towards each other. We need to rid ourselves of the mentality that I need to be better than so and so, because maybe we can all thrive in the same space. That's it. This is why I'm attempting to make this series. Any which ways, please tell me what category of student tips and tricks I should cover next in the comment section down below. If you like this video, then please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, bell button, all of that fun stuff. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon in my next one. Bye!